Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet. Today I've been listening to a little bit of the Beatles. I've been listening to the concluding minute of I Am the Walrus, and I've been doing this mainly because I have some writing that I'm looking to complete. I have lots of little bits of writing that I've written over the past 3 years that just stay on my Google Drive, never really go anywhere, never really do anything interesting, and it's this kind of writing that I'm looking to finish up. I have a few projects that I want to finish. I want to finish the Grandfather's Photos, the Grandfather's War Photo project, which is just relying on me finding a scanning place and taking the photos there. It should be doable after the folks come and stay with us. It should be relatively easy to conclude and get the photographs sent back to Australia. The music project is still there. I'm still working on the lyrics. My aim is probably to get it out before the end of the summer, or at least get 3 tracks out with equivalent YouTube clips and putting it all together. I'm taking medication currently that has a very interesting side effect. Basically, my migraine medication has been tripled, but I'm now taking additional medication that has one very curious byproduct. And here I'm calling out Conosites Bowen specifically because I suspect he was on a similar medication. The byproduct of this medication, one of the things to look out for, is extreme weight loss. Now, truth be told, I don't have a lot of weight to lose. I kind of carry on, a few 20s worth of pounds. Easy to drop off through various dieting forms. But when I was prescribed this medicine, I realized very swiftly that I could actually be getting the YouTubing physique that I always wanted through this particular medication. Strange but true, the pounds literally get sucked off your body, and it's a very curious byproduct of a medication which is associated with something completely different. If I get this said YouTubing body, you might actually start seeing me doing daily vlogging. My physical appearance, in fact, how generally decrepit I look, is a large reason why I didn't go into the daily vlogging format. It would scare small children. But with the music and all these other components coming together, the ability to actually take YouTube footage would be really untouchable. But I was talking about my writing, you may recall that. Some of my writing is not necessarily borderline psychedelic, it's just exploratory of a dream space which doesn't always have a degree of coherency. I'm trying through this writing to explore this dream space in a coherent fashion, and for this reason I have been listening to the Beatles, in particular the last minute of I Am the Walrus, because I think it captures an emotion. It captures an emotion which I'm also trying to capture in my own music, but it captures an emotion which is ultimately a crescendo towards the end. And through listening to I Am the Walrus, I've realised that it contains a section of King Lear associated with the murder of Oswald, and in that capacity, it is exactly the movement that I was looking for the particular writing that I'm doing. I've been a fan of I Am the Walrus for many years, and I always thought that the audio sampling related to Edgar Allan Poe, as he is a cumulative element in a lot of John Lennon's music. And I think also because of the reference to Edgar Allan Poe in I Am the Walrus, I thought it was 2 things that were put together, but when I realised it was Shakespeare's King Lear, and in particular a passage of King Lear, it really inspired me associated with this eclectic writing, and I've been listening to it heavily in repeat as I explore the topics that I want to through this writing. My hope is to get this writing out by the end of this year. It's a series of short stories. It should be easy to put out in that form, and it just gives me an eclectic book which I won't be promoting in any way, shape or form, but people may discover and purchase based on my other aspects, based on the other aspects of my work. An occasional gift, something to pass on to people, in particular just to identify a certain, philosophy, maybe poetry in my general thinking, which doesn't really come through these audio recordings. I'll probably narrate a couple more of these developments through future short funks, but for now this writing exists between about 10:30 in the evening and when I choose to go to sleep. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.